Hello and welcome back to Budget Bangers, where Judgment Day is upon us. I have decided that I am done with all these cars that are just kicking about. I need to free up some money so I can invest it into more important stuff. The Volvo, I did all the mathematicals and I ended up working out that by the time I've put a clutch in it, MOT'd it, the profits were just, they weren't going to be worth the time and effort. Minimum of £800 for a clutch because it's got a dual mass flywheel. That's what I was quoted on that, plus whatever it'll need for its MOT. I think just for what I allowed, £300 for the car, the £800 for the clutch were at £1,100. It's going to need someone doing with the wheels because they're atrocious. I think the last time I got a full set of wheels shot blasted and powder coated was £160. They were £12.60. And then whatever you need for the MOT, it was going to go for £16.95. It just didn't work out. I'd be lucky if I made £200 and then the taxman would be wanting to have his fingers in, and then it's also got to contribute to the business. So unfortunately, kicked to the curb. It's a shame. It's a nice car, but if it doesn't work out for the maths, it just doesn't work out. The Astra, the one that plenty of people told me just to do away with, and I'm listening to them. I'm losing about £300 on this car, which is a shame. I did try and see if anybody wanted to buy any parts off it, but just no interest. There was money to be made out of this one, but as I said in my last video, quite simply, it never get looked at. I've been here plenty of times in the past. It would have stayed on that driveway and it would have stayed there forever and a day, because it literally just would have just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and yeah, it just would have never got done, and then it would get sent to the scrapyard anyway. So yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. Now, I use an external company for scrapping all my cars. I use a website called car.co.uk. The lads that come and pick it up are cracking lads. Always have a good chin wag with them and things like that. So they offer good prices. They offer better prices, I found, than what I would get for taking them to the scrapyard myself. I think last time I checked, the cars were only £150 a tonne. Then you've got to mess about taking cats and batteries and wheels off. I think these DV6s, the DPFs and cats and that, are not worth a lot of money. I think the best I've seen out is like 20 quid, so not worth it. I don't know about that one. But yeah, they offer £277, which I allow £300 in the expectations of this is what would happen with it. This one, £260. Quite simply, I'm losing money, but you know, water for ducks back these days. You lose money on them, you can't win on them all. So yeah, that money is now going to be invested into something that will make money. And then the one that I'm not going to lie, a little bit sad about, the Kia, the one that started the channel. This one is actually the least. Scrap value of £230. Very sad to see this one go, because it is a cracking car. I love it, but it just got to a point where, you know, it just wasn't justifiable. I think it definitely wants 2 tyres. I've got my money's worth out of them, as you can see there, and that's pretty much right across as well. Might I add, it wants disc pads all around. It wants suspension work doing it, because when you're driving it, it shakes like a shitting dog, and I'm not kidding you. And then the gearbox, minimum of £600 easy, which by the time I added everything up without knowing what the suspension needs doing to it, the discs and pads, the tyres, it'll want its tracking doing, the suspension work, that alone I think was going to be like £400 ish, and then the £600 for the minimum for the gearbox, you got £1,000. Then I've already got £600 in the car. You know, it's not worth spending that sort of money on a car that's probably worth £1,000. Plus you've also got things like, if you're going to spend all that money, you would have to get stuff like this light and that sort for its MOT, and you probably might as well be tidying it up, do something with that, and a bit of damage on the door there. It just didn't add up. So unfortunately, £229, I've had my money's worth out of it. Should I have not bothered with it and got it sorted and sold when I first got it? Probably not, because that gearbox would have been an issue regardless. So it's worked out for the better. I've had my money's worth out of it. It's done me good for the short period of time I've had. I was hoping it'd last a bit longer, but it is what it is. But quick update while I'm on my way back up to the house. Ford K is up for sale. It's what I'm using at the minute. Absolutely no interest in it whatsoever. I had somebody message me and offered me £800 for it, and I just told them to do one. It's up for $15,950. Great little car. Can't fault it at all. Don't know why it hasn't sold. The camper, which I dare say is looking a damn sight better, and it is all done, ready to go. I've valeted it. It smells lovely in here. It was quite a clean car. The only issue is the speedo doesn't work. I think it wants a speedo cable, but the speedo cable that you need is obsolete. Not even Nissan sell it. So unfortunately, that is it. The only thing that means is I can't guarantee the mileage on it, which I'll be honest with you. You just need to look at it. You need to know it's not far off being right. We'll have a gander in the back. Cleaned up super nice in here as well. Need to get some Velcro for them because they always fall over. Got the curtains sorted, so they're not all bunched up. That one's all bunched up because I've been moving the seat. Yeah, all lovely in here. Clean up really well. Right then, it's been a busy few days actually. Obviously I had my clear out, got rid of the Volvo, the Astra and my Kia. And it just goes to show how just wiping the slate clean, try and say that when you're drunk, try wiping the slate clean can, have a drastic effect. I got rid of them 3 cars, and then I got 2 more in. They sold like straight away. I didn't even advertise this one. Basically I put it up on my business page. Didn't advertise it on Facebook or Trade or anything like that. And somebody who my wife used to work with said they were after a car, and we did a deal, getting a part exchange, getting a 56 plate Note. Can't remember off the top of my head mileage. Due test, it'll be a cheap car, that one will. But yeah, happy to get this one done. This one I bought from a trader. I bought a couple off him actually. We'll show you another one which is poking out down there. Basically he was going to do it himself, got it MOT'd, good few advisories on it which I've sorted a few out. Excuse me. And it was just one he was going to crack on with himself, but he ended up going on a bit of a spending spree, buying 8 cars that had better profit margin in, and just wanted them gone. So I bought them 2 cars, both with full MOTs on them, so they've needed minimal prep. I have done a bit more to this than what I thought I was going to need, because this has only got 64,000 miles. It's a previous Cat S, which I can't see anywhere where it's had paint. So the only thing I can assume is it was written off as a Cat S, because we've got a couple of little dents in the sill, which at this age is enough to write it off. Because if they're over 10 years old or 100,000 miles, they don't even look at them. So even though this is a super clean car, and that would be a category S because it's still structural. So yeah, sold this one, happy. Got another one down there which I'll show you around. And yeah, here's the other one, a nice little VW Fox, 1.2 petrol, 79,000 miles on it, full year's ticket. I got £1,400 for this. I did put it up for £14.95, but it has a wheel bearing it was advised on that needs doing, really. So I knocked off 95 quid to contribute towards getting that done. It wouldn't have cost me that to get the wheel bearing done, but at the end of the day, you know, the person buying this is not going to be fitting it themselves. So I think I've locked it. But yeah, nice thing inside. It'll do somebody well. A couple of other advices on it, but nothing major. Surprised actually how quick that sold. First person that came to review it, I think it was only up a day and a half, maybe his first person came to review it, liked it, bought it. And then I've also been buying another Peugeot 207, which is, as you can see, like a typical 207, absolutely rotten. There's a chop, and I mean rotten. I like poking holes in rust. Yeah, absolutely rotten as a chop. And we do have the rust on the top mounts. Now, if you don't know about that, just about every 207 I've had in once that top mount welding up. Yeah, needs a bit of TLC, but I'll be honest with you, not too bad. Well, it's had a patch on where it's kind of gone along a bit more. Yeah. But other than that, it's solid. This could potentially be a car for me to use. I know the car. I actually recently fitted this and pads to it, but it wants welding and other bits and pieces. So we'll see how we get on with it. Could be one I keep for myself. It's a GT. It's a 1.6 diesel DV6, which I think will have 110 brakes, so it'll be a pokey thing. Yeah, I can't see why it's not worth keeping or not worth selling. Not a soul interested in that. Why? I have no idea. In terms of its category, it is I think it's the second cheapest kit in its category. That's a 2010. If you set it from 100,000 to 125,000, it's the cheapest, second cheapest. Why it's not sold, beyond me. It's the cheapest kit in the area of that shape. So, yeah. Right then, thought I'd carry on this little video. Got the Nissan Note in that came in part exchange. Unsure as to what to do with this. It's a nice car, wants a bit of general TLC. ABS light is on. But other than that, it's a tiny old car. Can't really fault it. Somebody's broke the grille, which is a shame. Apparently the bonnet wouldn't open, so they absolutely butchered it to get into that. And then I think the mirror has got duct tape on, which is what we like to see. And there was something else on it. Oh yeah, there's a bit of trim missing on one of these doors, which is in the boot. A bit of trim that's come off the door there. Not the end of the world. ABS light is on. The ABS light wasn't on when I actually took it in part exchange, but when I pulled it onto the drive into its resting place, it came on. Let's start up now. It can be a bit funny, like a bit rattly every now and then. And I don't know how well you should be able to pick this up on camera. Every now and then it has a very slight misfire. It's not pulling any cords, it's pulling cords for cam sensor, which on a chain driven engine can sometimes mean that the timing chain is starting to stretch. 144,000 mile, and if it wants a timing chain, it's unfortunately gonna have to go to the scrapyard, which is a shame because there's terms of scrap value, it's like 160 quid, which I'll take it. I'll take a hit on, actually, because I allowed £300 for this part exchange. I've already spoke to you about that rotten old thing. Now this little beauty, what a motor this is. 2010 Keeper Can. I'll just pick this up from BCA. Might already have somebody on this. Local pizza shop, whenever I go in, he's always after me for a cheap car. But I took him this and he said he'll have to think about it, which is always a promising sign. Yeah, so 2010 Kia Picanto. It's practically a one owner car from new. The previous owner had it since 2011. I think they bought it when it was a year old. Now, the astonishing thing really is the mileage. If we get in, give it a start up. Don't know how well you can see that. Not indicating. Just shy of 202,000 miles, which for a Picanto is amazing. Bodywork wise, really good. The paint's not gone too dull. It's scabby around the back arches, but not too bad now. Oh, just noticed a bit there as well, which not the end of the world. Now, my winning bid on this was £275. Out the door, that's £456, I think it was. Which I'll be honest with you, now I've seen the car, it's an absolute bargain. Recommended retail on this is £850. Quite simply, it's not something anybody would retail with that sort of mileage on, so it's just getting knocked on as it is for a little bit of profit. Fill the cash pot up a little bit more so we can keep on cracking on and doing some more. But thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.